But first, tearful testimony from a young wife who watched as her husband was murdered.
And I saw Justin laying there in a pool of blood.
Today, for the first time, she's talking about the deadly carjacking at a New Jersey shopping mall. Good evening, I'm Dana Tyler. That carjacking and murder at the Short Hills Mall in New Jersey stunned a community and changed Jamie Friedland's life forever. Her husband, Dustin, a Hoboken attorney, was shot and killed. Jamie, a witness to the murder. She told her story to jurors in the trial of one of the suspects charged in the case. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor was in the Essex County courtroom for the widow's testimony today. Alice.
Dana, Jamie Friedland was the first and only person called to the stand today. She described in great detail their last day together, calling it a good day until it became the worst day of her life in just a matter of seconds.
I leaned down, I was on the floor, covered in his blood, and he was covered in his blood. And I held my hand to his head, and I was screaming. I was screaming, "Stay with me, stay with me."
Jamie Friedland, the wife of 30-year-old Dustin Friedland, described through shaky voice and tears the night she and her husband had finished some holiday shopping at the Short Hills Mall. It was Sunday night, December 15th, 2013. The couple had just returned to their Range Rover in the mall's parking garage. She got in the SUV, and as Dustin went around the back,
I saw the struggle. I saw the taller man who was behind the driver's side door. I saw him put the gun to Dustin's head, and I heard bang, bang, shh, and then the window shattered.
Jamie Friedland testified she saw two men, one short, one tall, on either side of her husband. She says they came over to her side of the car next.
He leans in, he points the gun at my head, and he said, "Get out of the car."
When she got out of the SUV,
I just knew. I knew when I turned around. I knew what I was going to see. I turned around, and I saw Justin laying there in a pool of blood.
the men took the Range Rover, leaving Jamie in shock with her dying husband. 1 minute they had been shopping and out to dinner, celebrating their first anniversary and a new condo, and now
his eyes were following me. They were focused on me. He was blinking. He was gasping for breath.
She says she struggled to get the phone they had just purchased at the mall working. Someone else ran over and called 911. Eventually, she too would call 911.
I'm in the Short Hills Mall parking lot. My husband has been shot. They called an ambulance half an hour ago. Where is he?
36-year-old Bassam Henry is the first of 4 men charged to stand trial. He's the alleged getaway driver. Surveillance video allegedly captures the men in a large SUV following another Range Rover earlier that day, then seemingly casing a parking lot. In court, Bassam Henry mostly kept his head down. In his opening statement, Henry's lawyer told the jury, "We weren't here for emotions," and that his client did not pull the trigger.
You cannot hold him liable for that act.
Henry is facing charges of conspiracy, carjacking, murder, felony murder, and various weapons charges. The Friedland's Range Rover was later found in Newark. It's been more than 3 years since that deadly night, but for Jamie Friedland, time has not erased a single detail.
The doctors then came up to me and told me that there was nothing else they can do.
When Jamie Friedland left court, you could hear her cries in the hallway. All 4 men charged in this case will have separate trials. That means Jamie Friedland will have to testify each time and relive that night. If convicted, the men face life in prison. Outside the Essex County Courthouse in Newark, Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
Alice.